Family, what's happening with it? What's happening with it? I am I am here with you. I'm at your I don't want to say your disposal right now, but I have a couple of minutes if want to engage in some dialogue with you who are going through some struggles right now, and because look, oftentimes we go through struggles and we don't have anyone to talk to, right? Sometimes we need an ear because we need to vent. We need to get it off our hearts because it's weighing so heavy on us. It's weighing so heavy on us, and like we need to talk to someone, right? So right now, I'm willing to be that someone, um, and not just for you to vent so you can feel better in the moment. Because when we're going through struggles, yes, we need to vent to someone who cares, and also possibly get encouragement. Most of all, get some advice how to be okay in the struggle, and a guide, GUIDE, on how to get through the struggle. So talk to me. What you got? What you got? Let's get through some of these struggles that we're dealing with. All right. In the process of waiting on some of you to dial in, I'm gonna make me a Herbalife tea real quick. Look at the description and see what this live is about. I don't know who you are. Just logged in. Welcome. Um, right now, I have a couple of minutes. We're talking about again what some struggles you're dealing with, and I want to be of some service to you of helping you get through it right now. All right. So talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. What are some struggles you're dealing with? Let's get through them things. Missing something here. Right here. Struggles. I will say, for the most part, the reality of what we go through in life is it's our reality. But when it comes down to perspective, it really helps us get through the struggles that we're going through because it helps our mindset. Or you can look at it like the mindset, it helps with having the right perspective of what we're going through, however or whichever come first, right? Everyone is different. Um, Oftentimes I say when it comes down to the mindset, it helps us have the right perspective, right? But on the flip side, when we have the right mindset and we have the right perspective, when we're going through something, we have the right perspective. But then when we have things that that affects the way we're looking at something, it impacts our perspective of how we looking at it. Then it began to negatively impact our mindset. So again, it's just all how you look at it, right? So talk to me. What are some of the struggles that what you're dealing with right now? Let's get through them. May need a word and also possibly advice to help them get through what they're going through. All right. And in the process, I'm still here. I'm just making me one of these good old Herbalife teas. Got the NRG right there. You see that? Got the NRG. You know what I mean? For that good energy. Got that good lift off. You know what I mean? Give you that push. You know what I mean? Got that good Herbalife tea. You know what I mean? The good flavoring in her. You know what I mean? It's gonna go down. You know what I mean? So again, I have a couple of minutes. I want to be of some service to you. So let me know. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from, and man, let's talk. Let's talk through some of these struggles that you might be dealing with right now. And man, on the cool, when I have these lives and like the videos that I upload, man, sometimes that's my therapy. You know what I mean? Because like I be dealing with some struggles too. You feel me? And more times than any. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm dealing with some struggles, and I understand that um, it's something about for me anyway when I serve in ways that even if it's just a message, even if it's just going on here and speaking from the heart, giving encouragement, or when I do my lives for like the trainings, the mastermind, just different stuff. Like it helps me get through whatever I'm going through in that moment. And also I even learn some things at times whenever I'm doing my lives and stuff, because when I'm speaking, obviously I speak from a place of what I'm going through, what God has shown me, has taught me, that helped me get through it. And it seems like in a process of me speaking and giving the things that He has helped me get through, and how and so on and so forth, it's like more things come up, and I'll be like, okay, okay, that's not necessarily like, oh, that's a good one, but it's like, okay, I can use that, you know what I mean, or I can apply that, just in the process of trying to help someone else. So like it helps me more in more ways than none whenever I have these lives. But right now it's not about me. When I have my lives and do the videos, it's never about me. It just helped me in the process. Right now I just want to focus on you though, like, because like I said, like we all go through struggles, and the tough part is when we go through it by ourselves. And right now, you don't have to go in great details about what you're going through unless you feel led to. And just know I'm not here to judge. I just want to be a help to someone to help you get through whatever it is you're going through, even if it's just encouragement that's going to give you a second wind in another fight at it. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe it's something that you're missing. You just need a small piece of information, a small piece of something that you need to like apply, and then it's like boom, like okay, now I can finally overcome. Or like I feel like I can do it now. Like I'm at my low right now, and all I need is that one thing. A lot of times we don't know what that one thing is until we receive it. You know what I mean? Like, and right now I just pray that I can give you that one thing that you might need, and not to highlight me. Like everything I point to Christ, because like I said, I've been through a lot of struggles. I've been through it. You know what I mean? So what I've overcome, or what I've gotten through, I take no credit for it, because if I was that sweet, if I was that on point, I wouldn't even been in that situation in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, it was probably my decisions that got me there. And because it was my decisions that got me there, I leaned on Christ. I leaned on the Holy Spirit to help me in that moment, and also get through those struggles. So I can never take credit for anything. A lot of things that I present, whether it's content pertaining to like different things, whether it's related to struggles, whether it's related to like this crazy routine that He taught me to, that I'm I'm trying to position myself to teach others. Um, Learning how to learn your calling and your purpose, learn how to find out where your gifts are, learn how to build the future life that He created you to have. Just a number of different things. It's all the stuff that He taught me. It's all the things that He instructed me to put together walk me through how to do it, putting content together, even with the employee, like the work life struggles with when dealing with like as an employee, and also with management, like all these different things. He is giving me the content to do it, whether it's based on my experience that I went through, again, what he has gotten me through, like the insight that he has given me to help me get through, like all these different things. I can't take credit for it. It's all him. So when I do these lives and these videos, I stand in confidence knowing that it could help someone. It may not help you, but it will help someone who's in need in that moment, because it's bigger than me. Like I didn't just up and come up with this stuff. It was him. He gave it to me. So I stand in confidence knowing that it can help someone, not from my ability, not from my knowledge, not from my intellect. You know what I'm saying? Like, but him using my experience to teach me and to grow me and develop me. And that's where my confidence is. My confidence is in Christ, not myself alone. You know what I mean? Like, cause I have come from some places. I'm going through some things now, but it's him that's keeping me, that's sustaining me, and also teaching me, that's going to ultimately change me and put me in position to do greater. You know what I'm saying? To do better, to create change, and not just in my life, but in others' lives. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. But you ain't talking to me yet. Like, talk to me. What you got? Like, what's some things that you're dealing with right now, and it seems like that you can't get through? You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, it just does not get better. You know, right now I'm here to serve you. So what's some things that you're dealing with that it's like you just can't seem to overcome? It's like it just keeps showing up. It just continue to reoccur in your life, and it's like no matter what I go through, it's like nothing is working. No matter what I do, it's like nothing is changing. No matter what, it's like it's the same old thing, or it's like a new scenario or a different situation or relationship, whatever it is. Like, talk to me. What is that thing? Like, what is that thing? How are you dealing with it? How are you dealing with it? And is it helping? Or whatever it is that you're dealing with, you just can't seem to figure it out. Like I'm here right now. Talk to me. Let's get you through these struggles that you're dealing with right now. Is it things like, okay, let's go here then. Let's go here then. So if you're dealing with, let's say, work life struggles, what are your work life struggles right now? Let's get specific. And I'm choosing the work life struggles right now because, again, right now I'm dealing with some work life struggles. You know what I mean? Like, what are some work life struggles that you're dealing with right now that you can't just can't seem to it's just not getting better for you? What are some work life struggles you're dealing with? Work life struggles. Talk to me. All right, I'll kick it off. Maybe this will help break the ice for you. When it comes down to work life struggles, there's a couple of things that I'm struggling with, and one of them is pay. Um, and when it comes down to pay, no, I'm gonna talk about fulfillment first. I'm gonna talk about fulfillment because sometimes when we're not getting paid for what we know we bring to the table, the value that we add, if we're getting a sense of fulfillment, it gives us patience in the process of positioning or being positioned to receive more money from our jobs. Or if it's a position that you're looking to get, sometimes in the process of being positioned to receive that promotion or whatever that is, when we're being fulfilled in the work that we're doing, it gives us patience. It gives us the right mindset to have. It gives us the right perspective that we need to have patience and also persevere through the the process of gaining the experience, learning the knowledge, learning the systems and the things behind the scenes that's going to position us to receive that promotion that we are working towards, right? So let's talk about fulfillment. Right now, what I do, I'm not being fulfilled. My job, what I do as a truck driver, like I am not being fulfilled, right? But with what I've been called to do and purpose to do, with the videos, the things that I'm sharing, that which my calling is to create change and provide opportunities. So what that looks like is me creating change, helping someone to create change in their lives that at some point will position them to receive an opportunity. So obviously that's a broad picture of it. Now you condense it when it comes down to just the workplace in general, right? I talk about the 4A method, self improvement, right? The 4A method to self improve. So if you're struggling in the workplace, I would have to ask you questions that where you would have to look at internally, not externally, right? We can look at external as to why this, why that, right? But ultimately, we have to look within because God has he have control over everything. Everything passed through His fingers first. So we have to self-assess, look at what we possess, experience, gifting, um, um, our attitudes, our work ethic, like different things that we can control about ourselves. What are some changes we can make? Right? First of all, what do we have that we bring to the table? What do we have of a value, or what solution do we bring that will solve a problem? Right? We have to look at ourselves. So I would ask you, like, based on your work that you do every single day, what is it that you feel that you aren't getting in return? Based on what you show up and give to your job, your workplace, based on that, what do you feel you're not getting in return? Right? We start there. Okay. So you feel like everything that you bring to the table, you feel like the pay that you get in return is not a balance. So the first thing I would have to tell you is it's never going to be a balance. You're never going to get 100% in return what you give, the value that you add. You would never. As as an employee, you would never. That's just the harsh reality of it. As an employee, we would never. But the question is, how can I get more? How can I get a greater percentage in return of the value that I do add? So let's say I'm giving you 100%. I'm giving my workplace 100%. Right now, I feel like you only giving me 15% of that 100% that I give. Right? So the question is, how can I begin to get 20%? How can I begin to get 30%, 40, 50, or 75% back in return for the 100% worth of value that I give? That's the question. That's the realistic perspective to look at. That's a realistic goal that we can now reach. Right? You're giving me 15%, but I'm giving you 100. How can I get a greater amount in percentage in return for what I put in? I know you would never pay me 100% of the value that I give in or that I give on a day-to-day basis. That's the reality of it. Now we have the reality. We can face that. We can accept that. But now how can I make more? How can I make a greater percentage in return for the 100% that I give you every day? Now, that's the goal. How can I make more? Now you want to break it down to specifically, okay, how can I make 50% opposed to this 15? Right? Whatever your number is, it's the goal. Right? So now I have to self-assess. Now, what do I actually bring to the table? Now we can feel like, man, I give my job 200%. And this is what I'm getting in return. Uh-oh, hold on. I forgot my battery. My battery is running on fumes. Let's see if I can make this work, make it do what it does. I don't wanna bend my cord though. Okay. All right, so right. So that's the goal. How can I make much more? Right. So self-assess. The value that I add or that I think I'm bringing to the table, is it actual value? Is it immense value? How is it helping the company? How is it helping the company grow? How is it helping it expand? How can we improve the systems? How can we improve in the training process? How can, like, what value do we have to where if they get rid of me, they will feel it, they will regret it, or they take a hit. Now, if what we bring to the table is, if we are easily replaced, then we have to look at the value that we're adding or the value we think we adding that we actually are not. Yes, everybody is replaceable. But if I left, they're gonna be like, dang man, he was a good employee. That's not good enough. Because guess what? They can find someone who can replace me that is a good employee. Man, he had good character. Well, they can find someone else who have great character. Man, he had a work ethic off the chain. Well, guess what? They can find another employee that has great work ethic and perhaps better work ethic than I do. You get what I'm saying? So the value that we think that we're adding to our jobs, to our employers, like, is it really that much value to where they will take a hit if they got rid of us? If not, then that explains why we're getting 15% of the 100% effort that we're putting in on a day-to-day basis. And guess what? Because that's all we're putting in, Guess what? They put forth a good effort. They put forth a great effort. We're all getting paid 15%. What do we possess that where the value we add, we're standing out from everyone else and it's actually helping or benefiting the company? Like, we got to dig into some value. Like I said before, like, can we solve some problems? Like, they pay for problem, they pay problem solvers. They don't really pay individuals who's helping the operation to continue to go. They can find anybody to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really adding value. Like, they're just filling the spot. Are we just filling the spot? What can we offer the company to where, like, I'm doing more than filling the spot? What do we possess? And one key way to look at it is, like I said before, the things that we complain about on a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis, get together with other employees or co-workers and complain about this that got us all pissed off, in a bad mood, with a stank attitude. Like, what? Like, that's not happening. We becoming a part of the problem. How can we remove ourselves from being a problem or being the problem to now, look, I've been dealing with this since I've been working here. Like, this specific thing, like the things that we're complaining about, like, look, check this out. Like, how about let's try this? Or if you try this, I think that'll help in this particular area, culture wise. If we change this, if you consider changing this, maybe this will make the environment better. What we talking about now, or what I'm talking about now in the videos with management, like with building trust. Look, here's some ideas I think that, you should consider how to build the trust back with your team members. You know what I mean? Like, this system sucks. Look, check this out. Like, I have a little background from, school I went to, training that I had, my last job or whatever it is. Like, with the operation, I feel like if you implement this, maybe this is a missing piece. If you try it, maybe it'll create some type of improvement. It's thinking solution based, not highlighting the problem. Yes, it's easy to highlight the problem, but how can I provide a solution? That's where the money begins to come in. It's just ideas though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can present ideas. Not every idea is going to work. Not every idea they're going to be willing to try. Like, it's just once they see that you are not identifying with everybody else complaining about the same old things, just complaining, but never willing to offer solutions, not willing to present ideas of how we can help the company, then you just another problem. I'm just another problem. But if I present this idea, if I continue like, hey, this idea, or like this idea, at some point, all these list of ideas that I've presented, their backs could be against the wall. Like, we have to change something. Now, whether they think about an idea that I presented, they can think about the person. They can think about me. Like, we notice that, like, you come in, you do your job every day. You don't really complain about much. You know what I mean? Like you have a good attitude. And since you've been here, you've shown that you just want to help. You giving us different ideas. No, we haven't tried any of them. But I have a question for you. What do you think about this? See, the willingness has positioned me to be summoned. Hey, what do you think about this? It's problem solving. So self-assess. What do you possess? Gifting, talent, skill set, experience, like what you've been through, like what do you possess that you can present to your team lead, supervisor, or manager, or CEO, whoever it is, who can who can take your idea and consider it, they're in position to implement that to see if it works, to create that change, to create that improvement. The answer is internal, it's not external. Well, it's external. The problem is external as well. But when we talking about problem solving, what do you possess? Self assess. What do you possess that you can bring forth that will help the company, not just showing up doing your job duties? What is that extra thing that can help solve a problem? Self-assess. Like I said, these are questions I would have to ask and things that I will present to you. Because again, we would never reach the 100% in return what we put in every day. But then too, we also have to ask, are the value that we add to the company, what we bring to the table, is it worth more than getting a 15% return on a 100%? Is it worth more than that 15% that we're getting in return of that 100% that we feel like we're giving every day? Right? Second thing, the second A is, you got it right, adjust. What adjustments? Hold on, it's going to get loud real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you this question so you can think about it real quick. What adjustments can you make based on what you've self-assessed that you can now bring to the table that will solve a problem? In other words, that consists of value. Like, what adjustments can you make based on what you've self-assessed and now you can present? Like, what adjustments can you make? I'll explain. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Ice maker. What adjustments can you make? What adjustments can you make? What adjustments can you make? Okay, so when we talk about making the necessary adjustments, excuse me, what changes based on what I now can provide the company with, what adjustments can I make? How can I be the example first? How can I be the example? Now, I like to talk about mindset, perspective, and attitude, right? I love to highlight this because oftentimes, what am I doing? Oftentimes we won't be heard because we have the wrong attitude. And that's because we have the wrong perspective. And that's because ultimately we have the wrong mindset. So I like to talk about the mindset of when it comes down to making the necessary adjustments, because when we make the right adjustments to our mindset, it helps us to see things differently from everyone else. That gives us a better attitude to where now we gain favor with the management. Now we gain favor with the supervisor. Now we gain favor with the owner, because we are setting ourselves apart by not identifying with everyone else who's complaining, who's always cussing and acting a fool in the workplace. So I like to talk about the mindset first. So when it comes down to the mindset, that helps us because now it's how we show up every single day. It's how we show up every single day. Our mindset triggers how we show up every single day. It affects how we show up every single day. How what our attitude is like when we show up every single day. And when you think about the mindset, because even though this job may not be paying what we know we truly deserve, we're not going to let that affect how we look at the situation. Because remember, ultimately, we have a goal. To achieve that goal, to reach that goal, we have to understand, okay, now I have to add something more to the table. I have to bring something more to the table. I have to add more value or a different type of value that looks like problem solving, right? That's the goal. So now I have to make sure I have the right mindset. Okay, right now this job not paying me what I'm worth, but I believe that they can help me reach this goal. I need to change my mindset because yes, this job sucks. Yes, I don't like doing what I do, but if I have the right mindset, I can now view things from a different perspective because I know this job is going to help me. Now this is going to position me because now I can have a better attitude and I can look at things differently. I can look at, okay, they slipping right here. Or they need some help in this department. They need some help. They need to get a different set of hands on this. I.e., I have some information for you that can help you. And again, this is going to position me to receive more. Whether it's at this job here, I'm putting in reps in hope to receive what I truly deserve here. If I do not, I have the understanding of knowing, okay, if I'm willing to provide them with something that's going to help them, then I can now gain favor with them and then I can learn a little bit more. So at my next job or at my next employment or when I start the business, now I'm getting insight, I'm getting coaching, I'm getting training insight to where, okay, now, like I can now go to YouTube University to learn this particular skills because I have this to add to the table, but I need to speak the language of management who will be willing to listen, who will be willing to bring me in to hear what I have to say on this matter that will help their company develop, grow, expand. Like I need to be able to speak their language, and not only that, I need to be able to speak a language in which they can not only understand, but they know that I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like my character speak for itself. So we're not worried about that work ethic. We're not talking about that. Now we're talking about value. I can not only speak the language, but I can present something to you in the sense of, let's say, a program. When I break these things down, I can pull up Excel in the system. Again, like we have to position ourselves to where I'm of great value, not of just of some value. I'm of great value. Now I'm presenting you this information. Okay, that sounds good. But if I can speak your language, not only is the information that I'm providing you, I'm speaking your language, so that kind of put me on your level. You're more likely to listen. And then look, hold on, let me just pull this up on Excel. Let me present it to you in a software to where I can break it down to you. So now you have a skill set too. Not only you giving me valuable information that can create a change, you speaking my language. So yeah, you on some type of level of where I can come to you where you are
Now I'm presenting the skill set to you. I'm making the necessary adjustments by knowing, okay, now I need to know, I have the information, the adjustments I need to make. I need to know your lingo. I need to know your language. So now I need to learn some dialogue. I need to learn certain words to where I can get your attention. I'm smarter than you think. I'm intelligent in spite of my color, in spite of how you probably first perceived me. I'm smarter than you think because now I can speak your language. I'm making some adjustments here. All this is a learning process that I need to do that's going to further position me. Because again, the information alone is going to create a change in the workplace. The language now we see eye to eye here. You're more likely to listen to me. These adjustments that I'm making behind the scenes, I'm learning, whether it's reading or whether it's training videos, whether it's tutorials, whatever it is, I'm learning. These are adjustments that I'm making behind the scenes. So when I present to you, I can use that same software, or I can use um, that same program that you guys use to communicate and break things down amongst each other, management, as well as when you present it to your team members. Oh, you have a skill set too. Okay, bet. These adjustments that I can make behind the scenes. So now when I come talk to you, I can really, really talk to you and you will listen because of how I'm articulating the message or conveying the message. And now I'm showing you I have the skill sets too. These are adjustments that I'm making. So now we can have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? But it's a mindset thing. Because I have a goal in mind, I know I have to have the right mindset to endure through this foolishness that I'm going through every single day. That's going to help me with my perspective. Although this right here is not what's up, I have a goal in mind. This job is going to help me achieve that goal, or at least I can learn what I need to learn. So when I go to another job or when I start my business, I'm I've learned more, not just from my personal research and my personal studying, but also from having conversations with management because they know that I'm willing to help. I'm willing to provide them with whatever I have that might perhaps can help the company in some way. In some way. So now I'm asking the right questions. Now they're telling me what I need to hear without them knowing that I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. And not just that, because they are looking for someone who's willing, who have the right mindset, who have the right perspective, who have the right attitude, also provide information, not looking for anything in return, just want to help, to be a help to the company. Now they're giving me advice. Hey, maybe you should try learning this, or maybe you should try doing that, or maybe you should try going to edit like this. I'm just taking notes. So now I can make adjustments on my own time. So now when I present, now I already have the information. I've made the necessary. I already have the information. I can now speak their language. I ain't talking about like I'm. When I say speak their language, I'm not saying being someone I am not. You know what I mean? Going there like bow tie and nothing against anyone who get down a certain way. Like if I gotta throw on some slacks or whatever, button down white tee, not tee, but button down, tuck in my joint, look presentable, look business casual. If I gotta throw on a suit, like I do that. That's not outside of who I am. I know I have to make some necessary adjustments, and whatever those adjustments are, where I'm not stepping outside of character or I'm not presenting myself as someone I am not, then like I let's make those adjustments, right? So those are some things, because when we have the right mindset, we have the right perspective, then now like we understand, okay, we have to make some adjustments within what's going to position us. So that was just an example, right? But if we don't have the right mindset, we don't have the right perspective, we won't have the right attitude. So yeah, we'll go up in our acting being a problem like everyone else is. You know what I'm saying? Like we won't look at how we can help our brethren. We won't look at how we can help our sister. We won't look at how we can help a team member or management. We won't look at it like that because we don't have that right mindset. And on the cool, a lot of us don't have any goals at our job, so we're not working towards nothing. We just trying to get a check. And guess what our work look like? Like we're just trying to get a check. So that 15% that we've been talking about, guess what we're going to get? That 15%. Man, I'm trying to get as close to 100% as I can. You feel me? And we have to make some necessary adjustments. Period. Okay, moving on. I swear I wasn't trying to talk about this particular topic this entire time, but since we here, you know what I mean? Like obviously this is for my 9-to-5ers. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta, like it's the work life struggles that we have. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to position ourselves to receive what we truly deserve. You know what I mean? Like at least get close to it, to where it's like okay, I can deal with this, not forever, but I can deal with this for now. You know what I mean? Like until I can figure out something else, or until I can go somewhere or figure out a way I can make more. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Or if it's just one of them type of deals, like you get the promotion you want, you get the pay you want, and you cool. I'm chilling with that. Like if that's what that is, then that's what that is for you. You know what I mean? So now, accept the responsibilities. Accept the responsibilities. I kind of covered that in the making the necessary adjustments, because accepting the responsibilities look like okay, for one, let me do my due diligence behind the scenes. That's going to grow. That's going to develop me. Therefore, position me to receive an opportunity. So I'm making I'm making the necessary adjustments, and I'm also accepting the responsibility to say, you know what, I need to learn more. I need to do a little bit more research. I need to have a conversation with whether it's the team lead, whether it's management, whether it's someone who's been there for a while who can educate me in a way that I can now receive, add that to my arsenal, and then when I come forth, I have some heat for you. I have some heat because I'm trying to get paid more. I'm trying to be more valuable. You know what I mean? I'm trying to create a greater I'm trying to create a solution to where now I'm having conversations with upper management and corporate and the CEOs, to where like, you know what, we can really use someone like you on our team. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. So that's what accepting the responsibilities look like, and also, hey, I'm done with my work. You got a little extra you need me to do, or you know what I mean? Like asking to assist, asking to help, asking to serve with a responsibility that aligns with the position that you're trying to get. Meaning, okay, if I know I want this supervisor role, or if I know I want this management role, this is my goal, this is what I'm trying to reach. Okay, I've done everything I needed to do. Do you need help? You don't even have to be specific with the work or the responsibility, or you can, but it's going to the manager. It's going to the manager. Hey, I'm done with my work. Do you need help with doing this? Like, they look at it like you're just trying to help. Yes, you are trying to help, but you're looking to learn more about the position that you're trying to get promoted to. You're trying to learn more about the responsibility in which that position is required. Like, you're trying to learn the skill in it. You're trying to learn more of within those responsibilities of that position. So when that position come available, they see that you've been asking for help, asking to help, and being willing to help. You strategically knowing, okay, this position, these are the requirements. So you're asking to serve in this particular area. It's not paying you nothing now. You're not getting anything out of it up front, but you're learning the responsibilities. You get familiar with the responsibility. You learning the skill set. So they look at it like, okay, you're willing to help. You're a team player. And not only that, just so happen in the areas that you've been helping in, this is what this position requires. Guess what? Your name is in the basket now. Your name is on the tip of their tongue. Like, your name is in conversations in other rooms before you even been invited to that room, because you were strategic. Like, you accepted the responsibility before it was your responsibility that positioned you to get an opportunity to where you can have a shot at that position that you really wanted. Yes, they looked at it like you was helping. Yeah, you was willing to help, but also you had something in mind. You had that position in mind. Just so happened they looking at it like you've been helping in this area, and in your mind, I was asking for help for a reason. I was asking for help in that particular responsibility for a reason. That's because I had that position in mind. That's what accepting the responsibilities look like. You know what I mean? Like, and all this is happening throughout the work-life struggle, because remember, it sucks. You don't like what you're doing. You're not getting fulfillment in doing that. But that position there, like, you would get fulfillment in that role. But right now, you got to put in the work. Right now, you got to pay the dues. So in the process of you trying to get that, guess what you're doing? You're preparing yourself to receive. You're positioning yourself to receive. You know what I mean? And not only that, the responsibility that you're doing, you have patience in the process, because the responsibility that you're doing, it looks a lot like what fulfills you. Your passion, your heart for it. Like, you feel me? It's accepting the responsibilities. You know what I mean? It's being fulfilled. You may not be getting fulfillment early on, but you're positioning yourself to receive that promotion. You're positioning yourself to receive that pay raise. You're positioning yourself to receive what you truly deserve. And that comes from looking within, self-assessing, making the necessary adjustments, accepting the responsibility. And let me tell you this, accepting the responsibility, you have to make sure your daily responsibility that you're killing it. You have to make sure what your responsibilities are on a day-to-day basis. You have to make sure that you are fulfilling them. You're not struggling in those areas, that you can do it with your eyes closed. Because they're gonna be like, how you expect to get how you expect to get promoted to this position? This position requires more of you. You're struggling in the position that you have now. You're struggling with your work ethic now. You're struggling with your responsibilities now. You can't handle these responsibilities that you're trying to, you feel me? So let's work on accepting the responsibilities. Let's make the necessary adjustments. Let me make sure what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, that I'm knocking it out the park on a day-to-day basis. Even if I struggle in some areas, let me holler at my man. Look, man, I'm really struggling in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I do better at it? Like, you give me some, do you have some advice that will help me be able to do this or do that? Like, it's the willingness to learn. It's the willingness to grow. It's the willingness to do better that they also desire too. We have to know this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what accepting the responsibilities look like. Accepting our responsibilities, handling our own responsibilities. So when what we're trying to go after, the promotion or whatever it is, they can't look back on my, like, you show with that. Or they can look back on the responsibilities that I have now and be like, man, you kill it every day. Your work ethic, your attitude, your character, your integrity, like everything, like you are a guy. But we have to be able to position ourselves to receive. And it starts with what's internal. Even the goal that we have, it may be look like this, but that's an internal thing, because whatever that goal is, like it's aligned with what fulfills us. You know what I mean? Like, and when we are doing something that fulfills us, we'll do it for free. So that means it's effortless for us. Like, it's nothing for us to do it, and we're going to kill it at such a high level because it's something that God placed inside of us to do. It has everything to do with our calling. It has something to do with our purpose. It has something to do with our gifting. It has something to do with what He created us to do, what He created us for. So we align with it. We have to position ourselves. Unfortunately, there's a process. It's the ugly process. We have to go through the trenches, but we learn purpose in the midst of our struggles. We get opportunity from the struggles that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we have to self-improve. And when we start to improve and grow and mature and learn and develop in areas, then God, like, we looking at our bosses, oh, they not giving me an opportunity. No, it has to pass through God's hands first. If He know we can't handle it, He ain't gonna position us for it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna put us there unless we on some arrogant stuff, and He put us there just to get demoted or whatever it is. You need to humble yourself. Just to show us, we need to humble ourselves. But even within, it's a learning process. It's something that we had to learn with our attitude. It's something we had to learn with our character. It's something we had to learn in the process. So now, when we learn from those mistakes, when we grow and do better, next time He positions us, we know what we need to do. We know how we need to handle it. We know how we need to go about doing things. And that's going to further position us for another promotion or another opportunity. It wasn't a setback. He was only setting us up to really position us, because he knew that we couldn't handle that next level that He was trying to get us to on some stuff that we was on at first. He just used this opportunity for us to be humbled and realize, okay, I need to go about it like this, or I need to do better at that. I need to, you know what I mean? Like, it's still an opportunity. It's still Him positioning us to really put us where he is trying to take us, right? The the final thing. Action. Take action. That's the fourth A. Take action. Take action. What is that action you have to take? You self-assessed. I'm sorry. You have a goal. You self-assessed what you need to do that's going to position you and ultimately help you achieve those goals. You've made the necessary adjustments by getting in position, whether it's the learning part, whether it's doing some research, whether it's coming up under some type of coaching or counselor, or doing some studying that's going to develop you to be positioned. That's the necessary adjustments. You know what adjustments you need to make. You've accepted the responsibilities by first handling your responsibilities that you have now. Not complaining about the more work you have to do. Not the complaining about the people that you have to work with. Not the complaining about this. Not the complaining about that. Like, we made those adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've accepted the responsibility to now we are handling our business. And then not only that, we're also accepting responsibilities of that position that we're trying to get promoted to by asking to serve in that area, by asking to help in that area, by asking to assist in that area. So now they see that we're willing to help. They see that we are team players. And they also seen that, oh, you've been doing this for the past 6 months. And I'm going to tell you something real quick. I work for Dr. Pepper. My first trucking job. I started off at the Bay Trucks. You probably seen them at your little mom and pop spots, stores, where it have the side bay doors, where, like, you know, each one of those little slide up doors is for a particular stop, right? So when the boat position came open, basically the boat position is going to Walmart's, Tom Thumbs, Kroger's, and stores like that, where the side bay trailers, like, I was two-wheel dolly, but the bulk department, I'm electric pallet jack. The workload is different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm delivering bulk drinks, but I'm doing it with an electric pallet jack. There's no work. There's no strenuous work behind it. As first in the process of starting at Dr. Pepper, I was two-wheel dollying. Everything that had to get delivered, I was touching by hand, right? So when the bulk position came available, I went to I applied for it. So then I forget who it was. I want to say it was one of the managers back there. He said the easiest way to get the position is to work on the weekend, work on Saturday, volunteer to work on Saturday. Because on Saturday I could do, it's called mini bulk. So, you know, the 53 foot trailers, mini bulk, they was like probably like maybe like a 28, 32 foot long trailer, where on the weekends, like, they would deliver to the Kroger's, the Walmart. Basically, I was getting my reps in. I was volunteering on a Saturday when I was actually off. So I was working 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. But on Saturdays, I would help out in the bulk department, delivering to the stores. I was accepting the responsibilities that wasn't my responsibility. I was learning, I was figuring out, I was seeing how it worked. I was learning the systems of it. I was learning the processes and stuff like that. And all that, I was getting paid an extra, I was getting paid 6 days because I was working on Saturday. But even if I wasn't get paid, my man told me the easy way to get back there is to start volunteering on your off day. That way you'll learn how it works. I was basically the same thing that I'm encouraging you. Like, so guess what? When the bulk position came available, guess what I did? I applied for it. I ain't get the job though. I ain't get the position. I did. In fact, I think I applied for it 2 times, a total of 2 times. And I told them like, I told them that I was putting in my 2 weeks notice. I'm like, because you told me the easy way to get back there is to volunteer on my off days to help them out so you can learn the processes and the procedures that you can get your feet wet and doing what they're doing back there already. I've applied twice. I haven't even gotten the opportunity. I haven't been interviewed or nothing. So I'm like, I feel like it's a waste of my time. So he's like, I tell you what, keep doing what you're doing. The next time the bulk position come available, I'll make sure you get an interview. What happened? It came available. He made sure I got an interview. What happened? Thank God I got the position. I got the position. Well, it's a bigger truck. It's a bigger trailer. So I needed to get you, and I just got my CDL a year and a half prior. So like I hadn't got no reps in. I had to get some reps in first. I had to accept the responsibility of the position that I was applying for. I had to get some experience under my belt for the position that I was looking to get. Accept the responsibilities of the position that you're trying to get, although you're not getting paid for it yet. It's getting your feet wet. It's gaining the experience. It's positioning yourself to receive an opportunity, even if it don't come the first time. Even if it don't come the second time you apply. It may not even come at this job, but guess what? You're learning more of what that position looks like. You now have experience in what that position looked like. So guess what? That opportunity may come at another job, but because God see that you were willing to position yourself, and that was His will anyway. But He knew that you have experience yet. He knew that you can handle the responsibility yet. He knew that you don't know the processes and how the system works just yet. But because you was willing to help out, you was willing to learn. And now He said, I've been waiting on you. Now I can advance you to that new opportunity. Why? Because you accepted the responsibility. Now you can take action on it. My man told me, look, this is what you do. Like, he gave me the advice. But I took action, hey, on Fridays. Sometimes it was Thursdays. I would go holler at the manager, holler at my man, hey, you think you're gonna need some help this weekend? You think you're gonna need, okay, cool. What time you need me to be here? I took action on the advice. I took action on it. So what action do you have to take that's going to further position you to receive that promotion, to receive that opportunity, to receive a better pay? What action are you with now that you have the goal, you self-assess, you made the necessary adjustments, like you accepted the responsibility? What action do you need to take that's going to position you to receive whatever it is that you're trying to receive that's going to help you achieve that goal? Or whatever it is that you're trying to receive, maybe that's the goal. What action do you need to take? And know that it is a process. It may not come next week. It may not come next month. Even if it comes 3 months from now, cool. Serve in that area in which that you're trying to receive. Or serve with some information, ideas that will help the company, that will solve a problem. Play the role of that role that you're trying to receive. Position yourself to receive a raise. Position yourself to learn more, to acquire more skill sets. Or even if it's a skill in that one area, position yourself to learn. Get up under management, not on no kissing behind stuff. You know what I mean? Like, let them know straight up, look, I want to become a supervisor. What does that look like? What are the requirements? What do I need to learn? Like, you ain't got to sneak under the cover with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them know what you're trying to do. Let them know what your goal is. 9 times out of 10, a company is going to tell you, yeah, we can help you out with that. Some might just be telling you that because they need you as a worker. But guess what? You know what your goal is. You've done your research. You know what piece of information, what piece of a skill set, what piece of experience you need that you can acquire, that you can receive, that can help you at that job over there. You're already here. What can you get out of the deal other than just a paycheck? Because if it's just a paycheck, you're going to always be searching. You will never get enough because they will never pay enough. Whether it's this job, that job, whatever it is. That's why we have to have a goal when we up in the workplace. Even business. That's why we have to have what the goals are. We need to know what the goals are because those goals is going to help us stay aligned. Those goals is going to help us persevere through. Those goals are going to give us the right mindset we need to make sure that we overcome the struggles that we're going to encounter because it's a process. And the process is not cute. The goal is the beautiful gem that's dangling. But it's the dirty, dusty, muddy, filthy process we have to go through to achieve that goal. If you don't have a goal, you are in trouble. You know how they say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. As long as they saying here, we give you a 50-cent raise. Here, we give you $1 raise once a year. If you're a grateful person like myself, you're going to appreciate that. And that's going to put the blinders on. Where every year they give $1.50 raise, every year $2 raise. Cool, I'm good with that. But what's going to happen when you turn 50? What is that going to look like? How's that $1 here, $2 there? Like you don't have that same health you used to have, but you still have that same taste that you developed over the years. You still have that same taste, that lifestyle, that whatever it is. Well, guess what? Your health can no longer sustain you there. You no longer have that ability that you once had. So guess what? Young cat coming in 20 years old. Young cat that been with the company 5 years. That he's 30. He had what it takes. He's up to date with the systems and everything. You 50 years old, like you ain't trying to do nothing technical. Nothing dealing with technology. This generation, they own that technology. So guess what? That puts your job at jeopardy. I hope you've been saving for a rainy day. I hope you've been investing because now your job, not like it was then, but it's definitely not secure now. Now what? Need to have a goal in mind, what that looks like. Need to have a goal in mind. If not, young Johnny gonna come up behind you and get you. You know what I mean? Young Johnny gonna come behind you and take your position. It's not that he's cutthroat. It's not that he's kissing behind. But guess what? Young Johnny, he's 30 years old and you're 50 at this point, and you thought them little dollar raises here, $2 raise there was going to sustain when you turn 50. Nah, young Johnny, he have what it takes. He have your work ethic. He have your same ability, but he actually have much more because he have it here now. You don't necessarily have that no more. You think that seniority gonna sustain? You gonna secure your job? Maybe for so long, but what's gonna happen when you can't perform like you used to? When you can't produce like you used to? What's gonna happen? You think that loyalty is there? It's a business, baby. It's a business. They gonna mess around and tell you it's nothing personal. It's just business. Then you go home to your wife, you cussing and fussing. I've been with this company 25 years. I was there when they first started. I was there when it doesn't matter. It's just business. What are you going to do then? We don't think about that now that we're 25 years old, now that we're 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? We just know we get to that money. What happens if that company shut down? What happened if they go out of business? What happened if they start doing layoffs? What happens when what you thought that secured you at that job is no longer your security? Or what if you, God forbid, have an accident or something? You can no longer. What happens? Remember, it's just business. We was getting to the money. Who need a goal? I took vacations a couple of times a year. I paid off my house. I got a couple cars out the deal. That's cool. That's what's up. Bet. What's going to happen now, though, if your expiration date or your expiration age is 70 and you can no longer do what you used to do that got you paid like that at the age of 50? You still have 20 more years here on this earth. What are you gonna do? That's where fulfillment comes in at, because oftentimes the fulfillment is tied to our calling, our purpose, our gifting, what we've been created to do. Right now, get that money, do your thing. But what's going to happen, though? What's going to happen? Now we got to start back over and figure life out. Now we want to go to God and like, I'm here now. I'm not saying he's going to turn you away. I'm not saying he's going to turn me away. But what if we was aligned with calling while we was getting to it? What if we was aligned with purpose while we was getting to it? Guess what? Age of 50, we probably would have left our jobs a long time ago, because now we're active, full-fledged in ministry. Because they're full-fledged in purpose. We are now doing what he called us to do. But because we was getting money, we thought we were secure. Now, it's a struggle. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. But there's some work life struggles right there for you. Please share this out to someone. Tell someone, family member, co-worker, who's struggling, um, uh, your manager, your boss, your CEO, whoever it is. Share this out to them, um, because we know that we go through work life struggles, we go through personal life struggles, and sometimes we can't reach that person that needs to be reached, but you can. Even if you tell someone about it, cool, please, by all means. Um, but know that we all need some type of help. We all need some type of assistance. We all need someone. Mr. Mike, back in the day, his album, he said it was on a intro of his. He said everybody needs somebody. I forget what it was relating to, but ever since then, like I just always knew that everybody needs somebody. You know what I'm saying? And not all of us have somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's also why it's very important that we share our story, that we are transparent, and that we're being led to be transparent, or we are transparent led to, because just words of encouragement can save somebody's life. Somebody might be thinking about taking their own lives right now, and some words of encouragement can give them hope. Being transparent, let them know, like, man, like this is what I was going through. Like, like I said, being led to. You know what I'm saying? Like we see somebody struggling or whatever, and the Holy Spirit know what that person needs, know the words that they need to hear. If we're led to, like, we have to share, because we might say something like that will show them, like, hey man, I was there before, or I'm going through it now, or this is what God did for me. That could be God using His Spirit to speak to them, to give them encouragement, to let them know to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like we just never know, or or we can, we can be transparent to let them know, how we got through something, and that could be their breakthrough. That will help them overcome that struggle that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, it's very important that that we don't always just think about ourselves when we're going through the struggle, because I guarantee it's always at least someone who's going through that same thing, but on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? And we can help them get through. And also, God heals our hearts through those moments of, serving and helping somebody else, because of what we're going through, and that we're willing to share our story. Like, that's how we overcome things that we go through. That's how we get healing in the areas that we need healing in. Especially when we see somebody break down and, like, man, thank you. When we see their eyes filled with water, and tell you, like, man, I really needed that. Like, that does something to our heart. That does something to our spirit. Like, that does something special to us, that we were able to help them in what they're going through, although they might not even tell us what they're going through. But that sincerity, that one thank you, looking them in their eyes and just seeing, like a relief come from them, that burden lift off their shoulders, like, that does something special to us. And that's not the motivation to do it because I know I'm gonna be blessed in the process, because I know I'm a, like, no, like we see they really need help, and we're willing to, like, share our heart with them. That hug, that smile, that, you know what I mean? Like, man, It can change your life. So even if you don't share this, that's fine. Maybe you're not led to, but be willing to share your story. Somebody needs to hear it. Be willing to be transparent. Somebody really need that right now. Be willing to listen. Somebody is like just really, just really going through it. And if only they had someone to listen to them, that'll give them hope of knowing someone cares. And that right there can change their minds to go and commit suicide. To like, you know what? Man, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? Like, somebody do care. Or somebody been through what I'm going through. And they just gave me hope because they no longer there. They gave me hope that it's possible. And even if somebody is still going through it, they give me hope to let me know it's still okay to smile. They give me hope that my better day is coming. They give me hope to fight through it because I have not given up yet. I'm still here, and let me know I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I was made for this. And most of all, God still loves me, and He's still here with me, and He have a purpose for me. This is just part of the process. He's going to take all of this, all these gold nuggets in the darkness of my past I've been through. He's going to use that for the light of my future. That gives me hope. That gives me courage. That let me know that I am loved and I am here for a reason. And that's what it's about. All right. Anyway, I held you guys long enough. I'll see you guys in a minute. I pray that, Heavenly Father, I pray that what you have used my words for reach someone who are in need of it, and let them know that you are listening, that you have heard their prayers, their cries, and that you are there with them in their storms. I pray that you will lead them in the direction that you're trying to take them, that you will cover and protect them along the way, and that you will guide them and give them hope to know, even through the test, when they can't hear you, when they can't see any traces or evidence that you're there, that they are still holding on to your heart. They're still holding on to their faith because they know that you've been there from the beginning and that you still are. And that give them hope to keep taking one foot forward and to the next, and never to go back, but to know that you are with them and that you are taking them somewhere. Empower them through the struggles of life that they're going through, and bring people alongside them that's going to keep them encouraged, keep them lifted up, keep them going, because you are taking them somewhere. And sometimes, we just need to hear your word. Always give a word, whether it's directly from you, whether it's in your word, or whether it's someone that you bring into their lives, whether it's a stranger, whoever. Help them to know where you want them to go, and guide them into a church home where they belong. Because a lot of us get scarred from the church. Place them where you need them. And may they be willing to serve, be willing to help, to be a voice, to be an ear, or lend the members of their arm to let them know, hey, it's okay. And as we do that in the body, show us the way that you want us to go. Be with us. And I pray that you will always hear us and never turn a blind eye and never turn your back, because we are sinful, rebellious people. But in you, we have hope because you lay down your life for times as such as this. Help us get through what we're going through, and we will praise you in the process. We will love you in the process. Hear us. We hear you. Show us the way. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Family, that is my departure. Now, I ask one thing of you. Please pray for me that I will stay the course, that I will always see him in all that I do, and no matter how ambitious I am or no matter how bad I want it, that I always seek him first, seek his kingdom first, and always seek his will, and to know what he want me to do in the process, how he want me to move in the process, and also how he want me to be a blessing throughout the process. And I would greatly appreciate you. And I love you guys. Go be great. In other words, go be yourself. Because he created you great. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.